Cristiano Ronaldo to Manchester City. Ladies and gentlemen, this transfer window is going bonkers with Real Madrid wanting to sign Kylian Mbappe still on the road, and Cristiano Ronaldo, it's just steps away. Cristiano to Manchester City. My God, this transfer is definitely going to change a lot. Oh my God, I don't know. I think God is playing FIFA for some weird reason. It's FIFA transfers, and it just turns out to be that God really left his PlayStation. He's just simming. He is just simming with one club, and this is just really happening. And it's so weird that I don't know, man. It's just completely weird. So, what do we have here in this episode? We have a lot of different stuffs for you guys. So, without any further ado, let's just jump into it. The first one is, of course, midfielder. Mikel Arteta on White's condition right now. He says he's asymptomatic. He's been feeling good, and as quick as we can, we're going to bring him back to the training and start to play games with us again. He can, all right. And look who's back, ladies and gentlemen. Gabriel Magalhaes was seen at the training at London Colney today. Mikel Arteta on Gabriel said he's getting closer. He had a couple of sessions with the team, but we don't know. Let's see tomorrow how he is. And Belgium manager Roberto Martinez has confirmed that Manchester City midfielder Kevin De Bruyne will miss out against Arsenal this weekend. He played against Spurs but felt some pain again. He won't play this weekend, and it's been confirmed by Christophe Tarrour. So, no Kevin De Bruyne this week. And more importantly, Albert Sambi Lokonga has been called up to the Belgian national team for their game against Estonia, Czech Republic and Belarus. And, well, all the best for that, Sambi. Well, that was that. And according to Charles Watts, this is, Miguel Aziz was seen at Portsmouth training ground. And this is exactly, if you believe, this is, he's standing like Miguel Aziz. And it's confirmed by some Pompey Twitter accounts as well that he was there. And also confirmed by Charles Watts recently that Aziz has arrived at Portsmouth ahead of a loan move. Sorry, Chris Wheatley. Football London understands it has been decided that it would be best for Aziz to go out on loan to League One, where he is guaranteed regular game time. Aziz will now spend the campaign on loan with Portsmouth, where he will be managed by Danny Cowley, who coached Emil Smith-Rowe during his loan spell at Huddersfield in 2020. It is thought that this may have played a part in the deal, and more importantly, Miguel Aziz getting first team action. That's what we want him to get. Midfielder Tim Akinola is also expected to depart on loan. Young right back Ryan Alebiosu is also expected to spend the season away from Hale End, with talks over a loan move to Sunderland gathering pace. Football.London understands. Also, Charles Watts confirms negotiations are taking place between Arsenal and Portsmouth over a loan spell for Miguel Aziz. But not only that, Bukayo Saka was named again in the England squad for their World Cup qualifiers next month. They have Hungary, Andorra and Poland to counter, and Bukayo Saka was named in that. Yeah, there you go, amongst the strikers. And talking about Saka's fitness, there's some problems with Bukayo Saka, ladies and gentlemen. Arteta says he was limping after the match, and we will see today how that reacts. But he had a knock, yeah. And Arteta was asked if he's enjoying managing Arsenal. He says, "For me, it is the best experience I've ever had in football." Seriously? And talking about Willian, Arteta says, "We are having conversations with him and the agent, and we are evaluating the position that we are in at the moment. At the moment, he's an Arsenal player, and we are trying to get the best out of him when he's here. Anything different is maybe just things that can happen." And Brazilian journalist Ivan Moore confirms that Corinthians news, of course, it's not official, but Willian and Roger Guedes will be part of the Corinthians team. Well, we don't need more hints other than this that Willian is leaving. But Arteta again was asked on the possibilities of more signings before the window closes. He says, "We don't know. We've already done a lot of things, ins and outs. I think it is 16 or 17 deals in total with some renewals, which is a lot of things." It is. It is. You know, there is still some things to do in the last few days because there are still some question marks and deals that can happen, but we will see. And also it's been confirmed officially that Lucas Torreira joins Fiorentina on loan. It's a done deal. And Arteta was asked if fans returning can help Aubameyang hit top form. He says, obviously, he's a really happy character, needs that connection with people, with family, friends, and with fans. You could see the interaction when he left the pitch. I think that's something really positive for him. Well, also here's another very funny conversations. But first, let's again go back to Willian again, because James Benge tweeted out that Arteta confirms Arsenal are having some conversations over Willian leaving. Very rare that he's even that open about incomings and outgoings. Asked whether Kolasinac starting means he's staying put, Arteta cleared that that's not necessarily the case. He seems to indicate he's happy with his work in training though. Now, so let us just talk about, for information only, the president of Rwanda, who is considered one of the biggest Arsenal fans, has a strong relationship with His Highness the Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, and hosts in his country the Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Anti-Corruption Award in his country. I will not rule out news of the Qatar Investment Authority's interest in buying Arsenal, especially since it is a great investment opportunity. Qatar is one of the largest investors in the United Kingdom, if not the largest. They have previously tried to acquire an English club several times. The QIA's approach has always been to acquire an English club, and the last of three concerns was the purchase of Leeds United club 2 years ago. Qatar owns 25.1% of British Airways, 5.9% shares of Barclays Bank, and is the second largest investor in the bank. Qatar owns 21.8% of Sainsbury's. Qatar bought the famous department store Harrods for £1.5 billion in 2010. Qatar is one of the owners of Heathrow International Airport as well. Qatar has invested £4 billion in the Canary Wharf Economic Zone. They also own famous Shard in London. There is no exact number about the size of QSI's investments in the United Kingdom, but most reports speak of an amount greater than £40 billion. Therefore, Qatar's desire to buy Arsenal is not surprising at all. Also, by the way, Arsene Wenger visits the state of Qatar regularly and has a good relationship with Nasser Al Khelaifi, president of the beIN Sports Group. Okay, they shared an image which has Giovanni Infantino as well. So I am crazy. It is definitely on the works, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal can be acquired by Qatar Sports Investment. But that's it. But 2 hours ago, Gonzalo Lopez tweeted out that Ronaldo to Manchester City is a done deal. And that is, oh my god, that is turning out to be a weirdest. I don't know what Manchester United fans will do right now. Unbelievable, man. Unfreaking believable. Wow. Cristiano to the Premier League. I would love it, but let's take to the Arsenal. Bellerin is still fighting for a move, but he needs the club to receive a decent offer this week, really. His main options have narrowed to Villarreal and Betis. Atletico are not budging with Trippier at the moment. He still loves Arsenal, but feels his time is done at the club. That is that. And more importantly, on the right back options, Arteta says, we have different options with Hector, with Cedric, with Ainsley. It depends on the opponent and the form of each player what we are going to do there. Arteta also mentioned Chambers as one of the right back options that he is considering with Arsenal, and that's exactly what Chris Wheatley has spoke about. Chris Wheatley tweeted out. And also whether Kolasinac starting last night is an indication that if he's staying, he says, it's an indication that every player is with us, training and behaving the way Sead is. He's our player and we'll treat him the same way. At the moment he's staying because he is our player. And talking about Aubameyang, he says he can play in both positions. He had moments here where he scored more as a winger. It's about him getting his best form because he's been out of it lately. Matt Spyro tweeted out that Matteo Guendouzi in a press conference says the Marseille fans are incomparable. At Arsenal, there's a big stadium, but it's totally different. The best atmosphere is here. It's incredible to play in front of a crowd like this. It really lifts the players. Now, my question is, what do you think about this, Matteo Guendouzi fans? Yeah? What do you think about this? But anyways, I think this might be taken into a wrong context as well. So, let's not jump to too many conclusions, as exactly to the conclusions one actually would want to. But Willian has removed Arsenal from his bio on his Instagram. There is no Arsenal at all. So it does not say anything but everything that I think is done. He's no more an Arsenal player. So Willian Borges da Silva, thanks for no memories. Oh wait, he had. Oh yes, we had some decent memories, man. Fulham game. Yep. That move for the counter attack was really nice. But Nothing more than that. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be. Consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.